We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 13. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Rams. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go, here we go!
They'll start on the ground, ETN, and give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hurt. Get out and tackle them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Ready, ready.
They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Lawrence to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Touchdown! James Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Stafford now to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. That's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 27, Stafford. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by full-side All-American. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
No gain on the play. And it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And it's complete right side of the tight end Farrell. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Rams, nothing. Logan Cook.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Now for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 21. Rams, nothing.
So how about this? From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Tackle made by Foley Fadukasi, the former UConn Husky.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
32.
Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down and 5.
Throwing is Stafford.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 35 on second down, Stafford. And then he's got Jefferson across the formation.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10.
21-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Jaguars 21, Rams nothing.
Set. Stay 50.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
Double right.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
32.
On second and goal, Stafford over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Stafford. And it's caught. So the flag thrown for the contact, mark off the yardage.
And sometimes you just read a hitch route way too fast. You get there before you're supposed to, and there's the penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Henry He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Henry again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Well, you're going to have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And the Jags are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Okay, ready?
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might.
Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if we're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They'll run with ETN.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. He's going to look downfield for Henry. He's got him in. Complete.
A gain of 43 yards.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. From the gun, here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Hands here. Let's go.
ETN up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Stafford. And that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get...
And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there.
50-50. Like 7.
First down.
32.
Hey,
middle.
Here's Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now Lawrence down around his goal line. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Taken in at the 22. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Six yards left on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's 4th down.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. On the move past the 40. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10. Down at the 33. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
32. That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
21.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 22.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And
they're watching game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On play action, Lawrence. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Straight ahead, ETN. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So the completion good for just 3. 3rd and 7 now.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Flushed out right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch.
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for Jacksonville, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year.